My last permanent residence was an apartment, just a small one-bedroom apartment. I had downsized a couple of times, and when I was sort of forced to retire because this light sensitivity and I just couldn't look at the computers anymore, decided, well, let me try the van life. I've been watching videos for so long and was really interested to see, parts of this country that I hadn't seen and, have that freedom. Turned out my light sensitivity and my cat did not really like the van life. So regrouped here in Tennessee, staying with a family member, and she reminded me that before I discovered van life that I had wanted to live in a tiny home. I started looking for tiny homes because I did not want to be back in an apartment, and I really wanted to experience what the community of a tiny home village would be. So coming in the front door, we step right into the kitchen. I was very impressed by the amount of counter space in this kitchen for a tiny home. You got a nice U shape. Everything is in arm's reach. Nice large sink, really nice faucet, and my brand new over the sink dish drainer. I added the dish drying rack over the sink dish drying rack because I was just using a tiny little mat to the left of the sink and the drain pan, which always felt messy, and so having it all organized like this just felt a lot better. In my last apartment, I had a dishwasher that I probably used over a period of 3 years 7 times. Because I live alone, it's only a couple of dishes in a pot, so I just rarely ever used my dishwasher, so I don't miss it. Being in a tiny house, there wasn't a lot of places to put the cat feeder, so I decided to make a little spot for the cat's feeder here in the corner of the cabinet. Large mirror makes it feel a little bit larger. I have a 2-burner stovetop, and I have a very nice little oven underneath, which I've only used twice. 2 burners is generally more than enough for me. I rarely have more than 1 pot of anything going. So currently I have the appliances that I use the most taking up the corner of my cabinet, but I plan to put them under the cabinet in a little pull-out shelf just to reduce the clutter and make the space feel more open. I have lots and lots of storage that I can't reach currently, even with my ladder. That's as far as I can reach. So I plan to install some pull-down shelves, hoping that I can use a little bit more of that storage space. So the refrigerator is good size. It's a lot smaller than I was used to, but coming from a van, it was a lot bigger. I have found that I can get a week's worth of food in there and works fine. Being slightly small refrigerator, I am finding that shopping twice a week usually covers everything that I need. So many years ago, in a bigger apartment that I had with my daughter, I had a lot of white walls and found that I could just buy some canvases and paint and cover the walls a lot cheaper than buying printed, framed art. And these lovely flowers were me practicing or playing around with paints during COVID. So this kitchen compared to my last apartment is not much smaller. It's just laid out a little bit differently. And of course in the van you have a lot less counter space. So I'm really enjoying being able to spread out and having everything within easy reach. Welcome to my very tiny living room, where I have found the perfect little love seat, very comfortable with a large ottoman to place all of my need-to-have-at-hand items, and right between 2 large windows. So when I bought the house, the previous owner builder did have furniture in here, and they had a couch that faced this wall. And as you notice, they have a outlet higher in the wall, which I assume is meant for mounting a TV. It felt too tight in here with the edge of the counter, so I knew I wanted to put my couch over here. This is where I am pretty much all day, every day. I will eventually get an actual TV and internet service, but I currently just use my hotspot and my computer. I did search for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months, to find the perfect sort of size love seat. What was here in the house when I moved was a very small love seat that was very uncomfortable. I found the perfect size, the perfect height, and the perfect comfort. I've had company over once, and we both fit comfortably on the love seat and had a lovely conversation. Because the storage for larger things is a little bit harder to come by, I did search for several months to find just the right sort of console where I could put my tools and various other items, my painting supplies, and various other little bits and bops that will fit in here and completely hidden. So I have basically ruined my wall. There's many holes in there that you can't see because I've had to drill this several times. But my poor cat did break that first step in the rush to get to his food. He's very food motivated. He was very wary of using these steps or his cat bed for a good 2 days, but now he's back there. So when I moved in, all of these, there are 3 sets of sliding doors. They all had the very white, very ugly vertical blinds, which I have never liked. And the first thing that I changed. And these curtains are thermal curtains because this faces east, so I get a lot of morning sun. So in the summertime, it's a little rough. And then just very recently, I got some film for the front window here, and I've noticed a large difference in the amount of heat that's being generated. So I feel very cozy in this little space. I think I'll feel a lot cozier, and it'll feel a little bit more like home as soon as I can get some art on the walls and decide what color I'm going to paint the walls. I chose this house because, I really liked this property and I liked the property owners. And one of the property owners actually built this house. The owner of this house was able to make me a deal that worked for me financially rather than having a monthly payment, which would push my monthly budget too much, which I did not feel comfortable with. I just do a yearly payment, which makes it easy for me since, again, I retired early. So I can just take money from my 401k once a year. I can make my payment, and then I know exactly how much money I have for the rest of the year. Well, tiny home living is definitely, I think, at least in my experience, what I was paying in rent before, definitely a lot cheaper. I'm paying less than half than what I paid when I was in an apartment. And of course, you have less stuff, so also, less money going out. And again, I had downsized a couple of times. I did give away most of what I had in that last apartment. I only sold a few larger items. Very freeing, downsizing to basically clothes and a couple of small appliances to a van. And that was great. I felt very comfortable with that. And then it was a little awkward moving into what felt like a large, tiny home and not having some of the things that you would normally have in a home and having to then go out and purchase those. Compared to living in a van, this is very nice because obviously I'm in one spot and I'm not having to figure out where I'm going to go tomorrow or the day after. Living in this little village here, I've spoken more with my neighbors than I did in my apartment. I didn't even know my neighbors in my last apartment, and I was there for 3 years. We've already had a couple of gatherings and, being able to text out to the group and say, hey, I need this, or I'd like to do this, or is anybody interested in doing that? And, you generally always have somebody to take you up on it or help you out. So here is my lovely bathroom, which is a pretty good size for a tiny house. Large shower, good size sink, storage, and cubby for what should be a all-in-one washer and dryer, but I chose not to have one. I'd rather just have storage. The all-in-one washer dryers, they do a good job washing, but drying can take hours and hours and hours, so I didn't think it was worth it. Very convenient laundromat in town. Half a mile from the grocery store, so usually I combine laundry and grocery shopping in one day. Pretty large shower for a tiny house and nice big rain shower head. Works great. Since I upgraded my water heater from a 5-gallon to a 19-gallon, I now get a 12-minute shower rather than a 2-minute shower. I bought a removable towel rack because it's easier to dry sweaters and things in the winter, and I didn't have to have a bunch of towel racks. and it just conveniently hides right in the shower when you're not using it. I thought it was a genius idea. So flushable toilets, there are septic tanks out here on the property that serve several houses at once, so very convenient. So it has a lovely, nice big sink, and I do love the faucet set and the handles that they used on all the cabinetry. I think adding some shelving would be a good idea. I did have one shelf for my on top of the counter items. It's not the right size shelf and it's too high, but it works. Welcome to my cozy little bedroom. I decided to go with a single size bed because after living in my van using a single mattress, I was very cozy in that. So I thought, well, I'll just give myself a little more space. Space over there for Mr. Benito to sleep, and space for me to have all my needs on this side. So the space that I did leave over there does make it a little bit easier to make the bed. Also, for storing things that I still need to get rid of from traveling in the van that are still there leaning against the wall. And so a couple other items that never got put away because Benny decided he wanted to sleep on that when I had laid it down there temporarily. So that has stayed. When I first moved in, the first thing I did was I got some under the bed storage just for keeping off-season clothing and other small items. This bedroom has sort of a very awkward, large cubby for the closet, and it was just a big open space. And I bought some temporary drawers to go in there, but they barely worked. Could barely get all my clothes in there, in addition to having to pull storage out from under the bed or try and find it in the drawers. So I built myself a very, very temporary set of very large drawers that go all the way back 32 inches. So far it's working well. I just finished them a couple weeks ago. I feel very cozy in this little room. This is perfect space for sleeping. I don't spend any time in here other than to sleep. So I've been living tiny now for about 6 months. Well, living large tiny compared to the 6 months that I was able to live in the much smaller van. And finding a tiny home in a community with other like-minded people is really great. Well, I kind of feel like I fell into tiny home living because, again, I realized that living in the van was not going to be feasible long term. I moved pretty quickly to purchase this tiny home because winter was coming. And this was very late September, early October. But, happy that I was able to get the chance to at least try out van life. Like I said, I've been watching the videos for probably 10 years and looking forward to it. But I think I got very lucky how I fell into this. And if you're looking to do the same thing, I think, knowing that you can live in a smaller space and have less things and just, finding a space that works for you as far as storage and then, location. If you're looking at a house that's already in a community, spend a half a day walking around that community and talking with some of the members of that village or group or community and see if it fits. So thanks for checking out my tiny house, and good luck in your search.